This is my sister Blythe, and we are going to Mayfield Park.
Before being able to enjoy the park, Blythe and her dad must find accessible parking so she can easily enter and exit the vehicle.
This is Blythe Wyrtzen. She's 19 years old, and she has Rett syndrome.
Blythe usually uses a wheelchair, but she also has the ability to walk. Today she will be walking without her wheelchair so she can enjoy the trail. This is not always possible, but today she has the energy for it.
Trails are hard sometimes for Blythe to access because of her stability. Right now we're not in her most stable shoes, but this pathway is fairly doable.
Most outdoor trails are left as natural as possible and cannot be paved. This often means that they are not accessible. Natural elements like roots and rocks can stick up from the ground, making it hard for someone to walk and nearly impossible for a wheelchair. Blythe's father must support her at all times so she doesn't fall or trip over these features.
So what is that belt that you are holding on to?
This is the gait belt, so it provides stability, allows me to hold onto her, prevent falls if she loses her balance.
Blythe is nonverbal and uses a communication device. However, she is unable to bring it on the trail without her wheelchair and must rely on other forms of communication.
Yes, she uses her computer to mainly talk, and then sometimes she communicates with her mouth. She a lot of times communicates with her eyes by giving you looks or asking her questions, and she'll say yes by looking at you or no by looking away. Do you like going hiking? I guess not, huh?
It can be difficult to figure out what Blythe is trying to tell us, but after spending so much time with her, we have a pretty good idea. There are not always resources or guides on trail accessibility. Sometimes the provided maps can be difficult to understand from an accessibility standpoint.
How often are y'all able to hike? And do you have easy access near your house?
Well, we're right now only about less than a 10-minute drive from our house. And we have access to multiple places to hike within 10 to 15 minutes.
Blythe was able to go on the loop of the trail, but there are still some places she cannot access. There was a conveniently placed bench by a beautiful tree, and Blythe was able to sit and enjoy the nature. On another day, we brought her wheelchair and her communication device to see how she would navigate the park.
How's it going? Pretty good. Pretty good.
You good?
Pretty good. Hi.
Hi.
My name is Blythe. I live in Austin, Texas. I go to school at McCallum High School. I am in the 18 Plus program.
The trail was rocky and pretty hard to navigate in a wheelchair. We had to give up very fast.
That seems not very accessible, huh, Blythe? For a wheelchair. Yeah, it's not going to work, huh?
There is a gated and paved portion of the park that we were able to navigate pretty easily as Blythe could be pushed on smooth ground. Thankfully, in this part of the park, we were surrounded by beautiful trees that Blythe could look at without having to go on the bumpy trail with her wheelchair.
I like.
My favorite thing to do is.
Is that your favorite thing to do? Is your favorite thing to do go outside? Yeah.
I love talking about this. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. This is Spencer Studer. Spencer, how old are you? Are you 12? Are you 12 years old? Are you a middle schooler now at Lamar Middle School? Yes. Do you love going to school? It's fun, isn't it? Yes. Do you like bike riding? You like going for your bike rides? Oh, yes, you do. Spencer, where do you live? You live in Allendale, right? Okay, yes, it's Allendale. All right, Spence. Oh, you enjoying that shade right now? Let's get into the sunshine.
I know.
Oh, it's heating up. Let's go. Let's pedal over into the shade. Here we go. How fast can you go? Can you go real fast, Spencer?
Whoa.
Pedal, 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 pedal. There we go. It's a hand bike, and it's an adaptive bike that allows Spencer to pedal and use his legs. And Spencer has cerebral palsy. That's a long word in that, Spencer. And it affects his balance, among other things, but does not affect his joy for bike riding. So this allows him to get the motions and use his legs, and it helps him with his flexibility and also his strength.
Yeah.
How do you like the trees? Yes, the big, beautiful trees like that one up there. Well, you do like them, don't you? Because it's all of a sudden got nice and cool and shady. Yes, lets you go out for a bike ride when it's hot. When someone mentions shady trees, what do you think? And you think, oh, I'm so grateful to live in a city that has so many trees. Why is that? Oh, because you said it was nice and cool. When you're on trails with his chair, because it's the kind of the accessibility. There's some issues sometimes, right, Spence? You can only go so far off the trail. It can be a little bumpy sometimes. There's some state parks where they'll have some like concrete paths or crushed granite paths where he can use his wheelchair or his bike. When it's like a 100-degree day, it's pretty hard. But it's nice to have the nice sidewalks in this neighborhood that people clear off. They don't have too many branches over the sidewalk. There's a group here in Austin, Handbikes of Austin, and they will assemble bikes. They'll talk to therapists and see what needs. They are kind of custom for different kids' needs, but definitely a wide variety that they can help out. Take a wave into you, Spence. It's a big pecan tree, Spence. Look at all those nuts. Those squirrels are going to be happy. We usually go 2 to 3 miles. So it's about an hour. So that's out and about time. Good job. Oh, we get to cross the creek on the bridge. Down at the creek. Oh, we get to go on the pathway. Oh. We get to go mountain biking, Spence. Let's go. Oh, this nice shady tree here. There you go. Yeah.
See that squirrel?
See the squirrel up in that tree, Spence? There you go.
You see that branch, Spencer? Look how long it is.
Oh. Whoa is right. Many people are still in a big old. You want to take your sunglasses off, Spencer? Okay. You're looking tired.
You want to wave goodbye?
You want to wave goodbye? You got to look up at the camera and wave goodbye. There you go.
Thank you.
Hi there, my name's Elizabeth and this is Jennifer Plank. Jen is 21 years old. She has the diagnosis of CP and also atypical Rett syndrome, but since she's gotten older, it's a clinical diagnosis and it seems like she's sort of different from that now. And she used to have seizures, but she hasn't had those in years. And we live in South Austin in Circle C. Do you enjoy being in nature? Yes. Outside? Yes. Or no? That's a yes.
All right.
Is it hard getting outside because of your wheelchair? Yes. Or no? I think she's not sure. We don't get out much because of it's hard with the wheelchair and she gets hot. Do you like trees? Yes. Or you're not sure? Yes.
Yes.
She likes trees. You like sitting under a tree in the shade? Yes. Or not sure? Yes, she does.
Yeah.
That's one really good thing that we love about trees is the shade. So I'm sure she would like going outside more if there were adapted places, you know, just set up for shaded and ease. Yeah, accessible trails would be great because with a wheelchair, rocks are really hard. We get her sunglasses on. She's very sensitive to the sun. And we put sunscreen on, right? And we make sure she's had her water and she's hydrated and dry, right? Is that what we do? And Jen says, let's go.
All right. So where do you guys usually go if you walk around?
We usually walk around the block.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey.
Looking up.
Yeah.
Little bumps. She doesn't mind the bumps.
Yeah.
Kind of likes them.
Are there any obstacles that you guys like? The cracks?
Yeah, the cracks.
Yeah.
They did just recently fix the big ones though, because they were horrible. If I was pushing her fast and hit a big crack, and you know the chair
Right.
lunges forward. We really like cicadas at night and grasshoppers. Do you want to see them? It's called a firebush, I think. Hey. That's flowers.
Flowers.
I think right now she's really feeling what it feels like on her hand.
Yeah.
Feels good, doesn't it? Here. You.
Pretty pink flower.
Bright pink. Let's try going barefoot in the grass. Her feet are pretty sensitive when we change surfaces.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's put your feet in the grass and the little crunchy leaves. Yeah, that's a lot of sensations in your feet. And basically, like if I shift, then she'll lift up a leg.
Okay.
Yeah, so we sort of, it's a together process. A little nature walk in the front yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crunchy, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of soft and kind of crunchy. Yeah, that's nice candy.
Yeah.
We were talking about how we like the shade.
Yeah.
Trees give us such nice shade. She used to love crunching sounds. You do like it.
You like
Here. Here's another one. Crunch, 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 crunch. She loves that sensation against her mouth. That's a little pokey.
Yeah.
A little scratchy. Yeah. It's like a dried out branch. You're just feeling everything.
Yeah.
She says that's a lot of sensation on my body.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I know it is. Did I do that?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can take those off. See if we can. It's okay, right? You want to hold the bark? Got a handful. Got a handful of stuff.
Yep.
There we've got green soft leaves.
Ooh.
Soft. And then we got a crunchy one.
Yeah.
Crunchy leaf. And the soft leaves. Soft. Which one do you like better? Which one do you like feeling better? You like the crunchy.
Crunchy.
Yeah, she likes the crunchy. She likes crunching sounds. She always has.
Hello, I'm Gwen Davis, and I am Matthew's mother, and Felicia is his sister. Matthew was born prematurely, and he lost his sight as a result of the prematurity, and he has autism. We live in the Hillcrest subdivision. Matthew is now 25 years old.
Matthew, his favorite thing to do is just to come out and walk on the trails. Sometimes we just like to sit and listen. I think it's probably his favorite thing to do is to walk the trails and just sit and listen and just be in it.
I think when he's out, especially when he feels the openness, is when he feels like the most freedom.
Mhm.
You know, he doesn't look for assistance when he's walking. And
Mhm.
he always gets a big smile. I want to tell him you live your best life when you're out in nature. And if it weren't so hot, you'd stay out here forever.
We have minimal experience with trees
Yeah.
because they aren't on the trails. We
Yeah.
appreciate the shade
Yeah.
because that's usually where we take our breaks. So I don't think we think about it, but I
Yeah.
think they're important for how we move around, you know, out in nature where we need the shade. We need the shelter or whatever.
Unfortunately, sometimes they clear out the trees and then put in the trail.
Oh,
And
wow.
to me, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's more harmful than helpful.
Yeah.
There's probably in this area right here, there's probably like 50 trees, and they're all like really small. I want you to see like how small they are. You see how small that is? There's like 50 of these in here, and all of them together made the shade. They're a bunch in a cluster, and they come here. Let's see. But they're kind of drying out because summer's over. I want you to see it. It's skinny. Come. No, can you feel that? You see it? It's got little berries on it. And this is where all of our shade came from. We go hike, like actual hiking at McKinney Roughs. That's where we do most of our like hiking. They have a variety of trails. They do have some like ADA dedicated trails. They're always really short and not challenging. But they offer a variety of other trails too that are maintained enough that we can, you know, navigate the trails.
McKinney Rough, that place is easy, fun, hard to negotiate because it's actual nature that hasn't been manipulated too much by man. But just because it's hard to get around doesn't mean it's bad. It just means we have to learn a different way to, you know, negotiate rocks or or whatever.
We've gone up to 5 miles, but you know, because of the heat, we can't be crazy about it. So I usually keep it like in a 2 to 3 mile. That's like a comfortable, and a lot of trails accommodate that too for different abilities. So that's really helpful. I do look at the trails. I do look up the trails, and I do look at what other people have to say, especially about like maintenance, because that will affect how we'll be able to enjoy the trail. So yeah, I do extra like homework before we go, but sometimes we just need extra space. The trail needs to be wide enough to accommodate at least 2 people. But probably our biggest obstacles would be just trail markings, finding the trails and being able to stay on the trails. They're always visual, but they're hard to find even if you have vision. Yeah, I think some kind of tactile marker that was like kind of universal, because, you know, he's not the only visually impaired hiker out there. So some kind of tactile universal marker. Having like specific ADA areas like out in nature is great, but they don't always have to be short, and they don't always have to be like, I want to say easy. You can try to do anything that you want to try, you know. It doesn't matter what his ability or disability is. Like, he's got feet, so why can't he hike?
Yeah.
You know, groups of people should never be an afterthought.
Yes.
We're all a community of human beings. So just because you might not see a blind person or a person in a wheelchair doesn't mean that they don't exist. Because we're not separate people. We're still part of this community, this society. You know, I think just don't assume that one type of disability is the same. Hiking and nature should accommodate everybody to the way they want to encounter it, and don't just assume that people with disabilities just want something smooth and easy, and they don't want it put in their laps either. We want to go to it just like everybody else does, and we want to experience it like as authentically and as natural, you know, as everybody else does. Well, I think more than anything, I just want people to know that, you know, we're out here. We like to do things. We like to do the same things that everybody else does. But sometimes it's just not easy to do it. Because we haven't been thought of. Can you say thank you? Can you tell her thank you? High five?
High five.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ben. I am in 9th grade, and I have cerebral palsy. My cerebral palsy is mitigated by Friday, who is a service dog. She's 2 years old, and she is amazing. I go to McCallum High School. Nice high school, but it's very inaccessible. Doors aren't accessible, and there's still stairs to get down to the courtyard. Only some courtyards have ramps, which is what I'm supposedly going to work on with my teacher assistant, and I hope to go to med school.
So what's your favorite part of nature?
The greenness, and I like the cold weather, seeing all the beautiful leaves when or if the leaves change color. I think the fresh air helps my mind, and somewhere for me to just veg out. My least favorite thing about trees is probably cedar pine.
What do you like to do when you come outside?
Exercise my Friday. We do most of our training out here. Friday. Settle. Friday watch. Parenting with Friday. I have more drive to go outside. I've just started taking her independent by using a walkie-talkie that my brother and has the other walkie-talkie.
What's the hardest thing that you face when you try to access nature?
When I was a little kid in elementary school, I would try to drive my chair on the sidewalks. And just FYI, this was all pre-Friday. My elementary school is close to Perry Park, and they made it inaccessible with wood chips.
What's the second one, other than concrete, that's easy for you to drive on?
Asphalt. So like our roads. I wish there was some more accessible parks, like Playful Park down in Round Rock. Good girl. So good. She's very treat motivated. Sit. Wait. Get. Good girl. So good. Being outside is like social time for me. It's kind of hard on me because I constantly have to look where I'm going and look at Friday. My mark is going to probably be accessibility. One of the things I noticed is they don't treat me like a human being. They treat me like an object. So even when I'm asking them to hold the doors, they just shut the door. So have you seen those push button doors?
Yes.
I would like to get some of that installed. Friday can push it with her nose. I'm a normal person. I shouldn't be treated to some of the same privileges